We might get a look at one of the best young big men in the nation, Jamal Mashburn of the Wildcats, and one of the best seniors around, Mark Randall of the Jayhawks. Coming up from Lexington, it should be a dandy as the SEC takes on the Big Eight. Kentucky hosting Kansas on ESPN.
And now the starting lineups. First for Kansas, at forward, a 6'6" junior from Santa Ana.
Seconds in. Sean Woods on the dribble and the shot.
Oh, that's a great confidence builder for that young man. He think it's fancy. That's the only way he could make the pass was behind the back.
Jayhawks 9-2, and now it's 9-4 on the drive by Reggie. Mashburn against Maddox. Maddox slowed by a sore back lately. He'll have to work hard to keep with the freshman, and Mashburn gets his own rebound. Against three players, he scores.
Oh, is that straight?
Here's Pelfrey, down deep, Farmer. No shot for him there, but he got one off anyway.
That one came out of the woods. I never...
Tunstall off a Ritchie screen, entry pass, Randall, and Ritchie blocks him second. It's Reggie Hansen. Ritchie just inside the three-point line. Maddox and Hansen had a touch. Brown on the baseline, and Sean Woods comes away for Kentucky.
Nice shot. That's a tough shot. You're going full ball.
And another layup missed. Farmer, Brasso, Feldhouse.
You're doing it well. Keep going.
Kentucky has the lead.
Pressure again.
Traveling in the backcourt. Kentucky has taken the lead with a Patino press. Getting his feet wet as a junior after doing nothing for 2 years. And a three, left wing, John Pelfrey.
Hang up a three.
Kansas has 6 already. So if you times that by 4, that's 2 dozen. As we're a fourth of the way into the game. And Sean Woods. Pelfrey, nice entry pass for Feldhouse. Ritchie, 5 out of 8 from three-point range, but somebody didn't get back, and Reggie Hansen beat them so far. Just over 7 minutes to go. Entry pass, jump hook, Hansen.
Pretty shot.
With a Tunstall Randall trap looking him in the eye. Hansen all the way. Got his own. Brasso.
Give Reggie Hansen credit for that. He fought his way back. Voice, she gets overwhelmed. Every other guy, Patino just booms his voice out. You can't hear Bernadette at all.
Yeah, but she carries a whistle. Sean Wood.
This whole first half's been out of control.
There's Randall from Jamison. Hansen blocks him. Brasso grabs it. Kentucky gets it back.
Hansen with his second block of the night on Randall.
Almost caused a turnover.
Good screen by Randall. They got a switch and Woods got a steal.
Sean Woods.
Oh, what a first half Woods is having. Jayhawk fan, you got to see him come up.
Here's Farmer penetrating with a left-hander. And the follow tip is in for Mashburn, and he's fouled. For Farmer, they kick it into Feldhouse. Leaning in, but he misses. Got his own. Garrett 3 again, short, same way. Woods is running. Pulls up. Again, he scores!
I will tell you, if Sean Woods keeps playing like that the rest of the year, this...
Woods underneath. Martinez!
What a pass by Woods! Don't count a Roy Williams club out. He's a scrapper, fighter.
Jamison, short with it, got his own, up strong, and a block, another one by Hansen. Here's Woods against Jordan.
Whoa, little shake and bake.
Oh! 17 for Sean. And a steal underneath, Mashburn.
The legs, talking 6'8", 245.
Sean Woods, right around Brown, and he scores again.
Bobby, have you ever heard of being in a zone?
Yeah.
A little less pressure now from Kansas.
Mashburn
He beat Maddox. Hansen made the good pass here.
Ooh, Brown just a little bit short. That could have made it a 2-point game. Brasso for 3.
Screens. Always watch the screens. The guys who set the good screens open it up down on the inside. Good one-on-one move by Pelfrey.
Look at that shot with the one hand.
Tunstall right there to pick it up. Always remember, don't ever assume that your teammate's going to make a shot. Follow it up.
Pelfrey right around Jamison. Pelfrey for Hansen. He's not going to shoot the 3. Entry pass. Mashburn got the roll. Good turn. Play. Farmer. Mashburn leaning for the rebound.
That wide body, Bob. Good look. Inside out.
Adonis Jordan for a 3. Long. Here comes Sean Woods. 2-on-1. Farmer trailing. Forget it.
Well, what a great move. Crossover. Protect the ball in your body. Go in and lay it up. Sean Woods. You're having an All-American night, pal.
9 minutes to go. Kentucky by 7. Roy Williams might need a timeout if this doesn't improve on this possession.
Good cut that time by Randall. They didn't get him the ball. Ritchie, bad shot.
Very unsure of himself. Wood says, here I go again. His career high, 23. Kansas wants a timeout. 8:36 to go, and the Wildcats are going crazy in Lexington.
Here, he wants to get his club back and sing. Good cut, good backdoor cut. Randall with a pass, and they got it.
Right with him was Jamal Mashburn. If he didn't block it, he made him adjust the shot.
Once again. On Farmer. Good trap. Kentucky beats it.
Brasso, Hansen. Mashburn got Brown off the floor.
Was that a good move? 6-8.
Jordan in for Randall. Hansen the block. Mark got it back, and that time the iron blocked him. That's at least 3 stuffs by Hansen on Randall tonight.
Hansen did a tremendous job on defense. Good pump by Pelfrey. Look at his move.
Down by 17. Feldhaus. And now they lead by 20. As well as the freshman Woodbury. But Woods breaks the pressure. Down deep. Reggie Hansen. Martinez to Farmer. Here comes Toomer underneath Brasso. Easy 2. Kentucky will win it. Woodbury, the final shot, 88-71, the Wildcats.
Great win for Kentucky. Keeps their December rolling. And you know what? First time they've lost in December, Kansas has since 1987.
Kentucky is 4-0 and climbing in the polls. Kansas 3-2. Great win for the Wildcats. For Larry Conley, Bob Carpenter, Chris Fowler, they wanted revenge. They got it tonight in Lexington.
Presented by EA Sports, Game 2 on this Tuesday night, first day of December. And what better way to do it than with the defending national champions from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. It's the 8th-ranked Wildcats, 5-1. And what do you do when you win a championship in your first year? You got to go out to please everybody and try to win another one. Down low, Brett. Nice move inside. Nice open under. Per ball game. Far cry from last year's 11.5, and he had so many games with 20 more. There's a guy that when he starts taking over a game, look out, Wayne Turner. Well, he's a winner. Yeah, maybe that. I think it's Maryland. Maryland it is. There's a tip inside. Nice little touch. And Bradley's got his second basket. Prince got it. That's what they need on Tayshaun Prince from English High School down in California. Here's Smith outside. Short on a 3. Evans the cleanup. As Evans working on the inside, transfer from out of 69 in the number 3 spot for Kansas. With Carolina stuck in between there. Hogan misses outside. Evans, tell you what, he's my guy. He cleans things up. Outside jumper. That is 8 missed shots in a row by Kansas. Saul Smith on the break. Nice drive. Nana says, that's my boy. You have a chance to win. So many teams don't understand what a good shot is.
There's a great pass by Paget. Prince didn't finish it, but Allison did. Desmond Allison by Terry Nooner. Turner found himself a little opening. Prince wanted to fire that thing. He just couldn't find the handle. So he drives instead.
Nice little slashing move. Rex Walters.
Yep.
Donis Jordan.
Nice reverse with the left hand.
Ball in the box.
They want to get it to Scott, and they do. He kicks it right back out. Hashimo's the three. Got it.
Oh, he nailed some big threes last year. Oh, today in South Dakota is Michael Miller playing for Florida.
Kamara underneath got three.
Oh, got to take it up strong.
There we got it that time.
Kamara with the score inside. Came out on an okay,
But neutral court, if you want to call it that, at Freedom Hall a week from tonight. Prince outside. Got another through.
I'll tell you, Tayshaun Prince could be the...
All kinds of hooks together with the three winningest programs of all time. So Smith,
the shooting is psychologically what they brought to the table, where they intimidated people.
Paget underneath.
They're executing. What a great job by Kentucky. South Carolina, wow.
Those are all prime ribs, no cupcakes, right?
There's no Hostess cupcakes there, baby.
Paget. Nooner trying to pack it into him, and nice hustle by Paget to break that up. Lob ahead. Hashimo Evans.
Something like quickness. You got to have quickness. If you have quickness.
That broken bone in his hand, it was Chenoweth who had to be the guy to try to take over. Paget got great position underneath.
Great execution. Holds position.
A guy that's capable of putting it in from outside. Turner over Boshi.
See, he can isolate you and break it in. Bradford's got a slash, get to the glass.
That was a good look, but a blocked shot by Kamara.
And Kamara's got that great ability, excellent timing. He's going to be a special player at Kentucky. Once he fills out, gets stronger.
Here he is on offense.
He hurt us. JC, Jules.
Gregory and it swatted out of there by Kamara again.
Kamara's becoming a major factor in the few minutes he's playing on the floor.
Yeah, he's been every place these last couple minutes. Turner just flies down and flies in.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, you're not going to get back in the game if you allow him to penetrate and get it. Evans and Turner got to make the plays. They're the guys that are going to make something happen.
Prince will try from the other side. Got that one.
I'll tell you, once a shooter, you're always a shooter. You with the dribble and creating opportunities and try to beat you with the dribble. Get her to go. There we go.
There's the shot, but it's tipped in by Bradley.
They just spread the court. Put the ball in the hands of the real leader. He'll try to break you down. There it is. I mean, he could break you down. He'd just take you to the basket. Mr. Petit.
Not life or death. It's much more important than that. Here's a lob underneath, and that bangs off the bottom of the iron, and Paget picks up the loose ball. And down to the final 10 seconds.
Well, Kentucky gets the big W. Connecticut gets their W. And now tomorrow we get ready. Michigan State and Duke. Will Duke bounce back after they lost to Cincinnati? And then Rhode Island with Mr. Odom and company hooking up with Andre Miller.
Two great coaches, one over the other tonight rather easily. 63-45 was the final. Don't forget, Linda and Kenny are coming up with Sports Center.
Back at the Louisiana Superdome, Kentucky's fans want their ticket punched for the regional round to St. Louis. And then eventually on to St. Petersburg, they hope, for another run at a championship. The defending champions, for the first time in tournament history, will face the Kansas Jayhawks. Thought about stepping back for the three. A quick Kentucky passing yields a basket inside or anywhere.
Paget. Both teams kind of mirroring themselves in regard to how they're playing defense, picking up full court. There's Evans on
Be a part of this team. Living in Indianapolis, he was able to come to 4 or 5 Kentucky games this year. And there's a jumper by Ryan Hogan. And they're still bitter about that down here in Cajun country, blaming Earl. He's been booed every time he touches the ball.
Good recognition by players. Although Prince has got great range as well.
McGlure, nice touch this time. Sweeps it away.
Pretty quick shot there by London. Didn't give his team a chance to get in position.
Prince, three-pointer. All net.
He can thread it. He's got great range in the...
Until they leave town. 10 seconds on the shot clock. But Robinson rejected by McGlure. He can do that with the best of them.
Against the quicker player. Really sat down on defense. Look at that big guy out there. 7-footer sitting down.
And Turner bangs it home. It's a 2. His jump shot has
never pretty.
Not pretty. No style points, but give him 2 and a steal for the all-time Kentucky steal man. And 3 by Paget.
They get him in. Talking about a guy without a great jump shot. He really had a productive career.
Here's a great jump shooter. It's Scott Padgett with another three.
That he's looking to pass, not to score.
Allison, can he match the three? Yes, indeed.
Shot by Gregory, nothing there.
Evans broke ahead. Allison on the other wing. Back to Evans. That's Kentucky basketball right there, folks.
Beautiful.
Kamara has returned, and here comes Evans.
There's another turnover.
Turner trailing, and he dunks it down.
Piece of the Final Four. Clyde Lovellette leading his team to a national championship. Wilt didn't, lost in that triple overtime to North Carolina, but he was the MOP that year of the Final Four.
Could have 4 Big Ten teams in, too, by days in. Purdue's right now playing Miami, Florida. Nice hook shot. That's 2 in the game now by McGlure. Smith.
He's a good shooter from there.
Yep. And off a screen, had an open look.
Really enjoyed the comment by Mike Krzyzewski in the paper today where he said he wanted his guys to have to play with Trajan Langdon because he didn't want his guys to learn how to pace. But I really think Roy Williams has got to set the freshman down. He's trying to do so much by himself. He's costing his team dearly.
Evans scores. Evans in the lane, turns around for 2. Wildcats and this group helped bring them back from 8 down.
Sure, and you know, Jim, not only are they talented, but they're rested and talented.
Smith, three-pointer. His Padgett.
Boy, Evans can finish.
Oh, did he ever?
He took off as he ran by us. You can feel the breeze in there. Chenoweth not expecting.
Turner comes in and knocks it away. Here comes the Kentucky run. They had one like this in the first half.
Crossover dribble between the legs by Turner. Great play. Advantage here in regard to stamina because of that outstanding bench that they've got in numbers.
Evans and a 4.
Yes, he
heard about it.
He was there to watch one last
that's
year.
Right. It's in his hometown. That was actually the regional. That was the regional. And look at Turner, three-pointer.
That's it. I'm sure Turner would like to see that setup, but just can't get it.
Padgett gets free on the wing, and the 3 gives Kentucky the lead back.
How often have high fives carry as he comes off because he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He didn't get any rebounds, didn't block any shots, didn't score any points, but he got 2 minutes down for Pugh.
And look at Padgett's shot drop. He has a chance to tie it again at the line.
And got that off despite getting hit on the... Will Turner penetrate and look to kick out? He doesn't have his normal shooters out here with him now. Padgett's the guy he'd love to do that with. There it is. There's the play.
Turner takes it instead. And look at this form. And a 2-point lead. Trying to make it a 2-possession game. Bochy, the freshman over Padgett. And he rattles one home.
Boy, I'll tell you what, his guts in the
Kentucky underneath, a 3 to tie. They don't have to have it now, Billy.
No, it's much too early to just think 3. Get the penetration from Turner and the kick out if necessary.
There's the drive and the put up. McGlure gets it back. What an effort. Backstops Padgett. He'll take the 3 to tie it. Oh, boy. Can't happen.
How about Shepard? You think of Shepard? You think of last year?
This is it. This is it. No timeouts.
Boy, I'd get the ball in Robertson's hands. I really would.
7 seconds. Game on the line. Will the champ speed to throne right here? Robertson over to Gregory. Overtime. It's only fitting. We go to overtime.
Kentucky started this overtime period in his zone. Kansas stays right with their man-to-man. Boy, has Roy Williams done a tremendous job getting this young team into a tough defensive squad. Padgett again.
Scott Padgett taking over. That's a 2, though, not a 3. Scott Padgett
here from the outside against this zone.
That's to Earl.
Where's he going? Inside.
Glore.
But he knocking the Big 12. They could have up 2 teams in that region. Oklahoma and Kansas. And there's
the 16th tie of this game. Up and over. But McGlure is there.
One of Kentucky's favorite plays, the backs.
Regulation, but they were 5 down. Now can Kansas pull the trick?
They shouldn't worry about just threes. Bochy's got a wide open three.
Who had a good look, just a little too strong, and out to Turner.
That was Paget and McGlure sandwiching Chenoweth, who had a chance for an offensive board. Now Kansas may have to come out and pick up. When they do, that opens up the floor for Turner. Line whenever possible down this stretch.
Increases his new career high to 27.
I think he started this season missing his first 18 3-point shots.
5-point, make it a 6-point. From 4 to 5 to 6, but
Quite a stab.
Goes to Allison instead, and McGlure's second spins out.
Now we got the 5-point game. They need a 2 and a 3, so they don't have to have just a 3 right away. They can settle for the 2 quick.
Robertson from way out there, and Paget,
who else
down with it?
Who else?
He will shoot his 16th and 17th free throws of the game.
Jim, when you're down 5, though, in that town, get a ticket.
What about a quick strategy here? Anything you can do at all?
You just want to get the ball in bounds, and maybe to that senior player who's been so effective. Referees.
It's only fitting. It's fitting in the hands of Scott Paget. He will carry it home with him. A day and a game to remember, not only for Scott Paget, but for the Kentucky Wildcats as well.
Ryan Robertson, his last ball game, tremendous play by that young man.
Welcome back to New York, and welcome to Game 2 of the inaugural State Farm Champions Classic. 4 great programs coming together for a great doubleheader of college basketball tonight in New York City. We've already seen Duke and Michigan State. Now we've got Kentucky and Kansas. You talk about blue blood college basketball programs. This is going to be great to have programs like this and talent like this on the court. Energy.
And winner, winner, winner. Chris Paul told me before the game, said he's a gamer.
Terrence Jones with a nice move.
It's supposed to be a problem. Not so far.
Yeah, they had some suspensions in the preseason as well. Taylor and Johnson were out as Anthony Davis swats it away. Set of his games. You can see, though, the early struggles tonight offensively for this young Kentucky team on the big stage. That'll help as Miller finds Davis.
Nice paddling. Prostate cancer and other Parkinson.
Yep. Lamb wide open. Got it.
He can shoot it. You can feel it's going to start to...
A steal. Tharp trying to go the distance. Blocked from behind.
Great defensive play.
Terrence Jones got him.
2-on-1.
Kid Gilchrist with a lay-in. Timeout, Kansas.
St. Patrick's High School out in Elizabeth. Prayer for a perfect season. HBO. What?
Double team immediately. And a turnover.
Bad pass.
Kid Gilchrist. The follow by Davis.
Anthony Davis running the court.
Kansas has come out, Dick, playing tough, playing hard.
Well, we knew they'd play hard and play tough. We didn't know they was this talented.
Nice move. Great matchup. Thomas Robinson and Anthony Davis guarding one another. A steal now by Jones. Boy, he is a man possessed right now.
Wow, that's a momentum builder right there, baby. Tell you one thing, you turn it over against them, just put it up on a board. They are so quick.
Another one for Whiffy. Third. And at the other end, Kid Gilchrist with a block for Kentucky. He's going to have a big year.
Yeah, he's going to be very strong. Very difficult to deal with on that low post.
Davis. Yes.
I mean, this is talent. There is no doubt about it. There's a reason that Carolina, Ohio State beat Florida, and Coastal Carolina beat LSU.
Jones with a 3. Tie game. Kid Gilchrist from the baseline.
That's not his game.
Oh, and that rebound was up there forever.
That's his game. Yep. That's his game. Attack the rim.
Boy, Bill Self's got to be wondering how can by 50 in that game.
You heard him. He said 50.
Kansas won by over 40. Anthony Davis on the finish, 2-point.
6 times to the Elite 8 and 1 in 5. He doesn't like that number.
Jones getting inside, Dick. Group.
Second group was about either Zeller, Perry Jones, Chris Joseph, Jenkins, and 2 Holloway.
Anthony Davis the steal. Off to T. T gets it back. Back to Davis.
Just throw the lob up on top as the Davis finishing it off. Explosive. Explosive. They can put points on the board quickly, my friends. That's going to be one interesting battle between the 2 Goliaths when Carolina and Kentucky.
Tough shot by Taylor. Long rebound. He's got it back only to turn it over. 4-on-1.
Dunk. There it is. Dunk. That's Kentucky. Oh, they're going to have them jumping with joy.
At 28 at the half. It's an 8-2 run by the Wildcats to start the second half. Teahan has it rejected. Here come the Wildcats again.
Jones and Davis have again for all 8 points here in the second half.
T.
That's big. He makes the 3. That is big. That is big. Up, up, and away. Oh, I don't need that. I would go over and tell Teague right there. See the officials going over to him? He's going over to him. Trying to big time. Basically a 3-point shooter.
Taylor avoids the contact. Davis with another rejection. Number 3 on the night.
Impressive, isn't he? The long arms, the timing, come out of, that's quite a guard compliment.
Vanderbilt obviously is going to be heard from. Had an early loss, but they'll get a Zealy back at some point as the floater goes. Johnson blocked from behind Kid Gilchrist. Look at the Wildcats pushing now. T with a slam.
Mr. T getting into the action now. Came out of Indianapolis.
Altered by the length of Anthony Davis.
Yeah, the presence of Davis made him have a difficult shot.
Teague into traffic, draws the foul.
No,
are they going to count that? Yes, they are.
They're counting that. In the NBA, that's continuation. That really doesn't exist.
Obviously against overmatched competition, Morehouse College, but they won it 125-40. Lamb for 3.
Wow, they start making the threes. Lamb and Teague.
Last year, this is a different looking Kansas team. Lamb again. Another one.
He's a big-time scorer, big-time shooter. He's into that little... Oh, they're a different team, man. They can't...
T. Cross-court look. Extra pass. Lamb wide open. Again.
That was just smart basketball. Really smart basketball. Reversing the ball, using the zigzag pass, and then swinging it to the shooter. He has to be very impressed with that execution right there.
And it less practice time leading up to the season. Miller for 3.
They're starting to shoot that 3. They're showing me. It embarrasses me. Wow. But I don't have Big Blue Nation, man.
Miller. What a nice play.
I don't think you can keep that kid on the bench. He can score the basketball.
Yeah.
He can score the...
Minutes to go.
They need a big 3.
Relaford, tough one. Look who's there, Robinson, but he lost it and then commits the foul. And tempers flaring. Jones upset, Teague upset.
Just play basketball, mounting off of one another, trying to get...
Shot clock down to 5. Kid Gilchrist from the wing.
That's the first one he's made. First one.
Get him a little more quickness.
Quickness.
May as well work on it now. You're going to need it at some point.
It's over. It's over. Put it in the book. Tuck it away. Another W in the history of the M.
Kansas on that list.
You know, they came out sluggish. They did that with Maris as well. They got to really watch out for that. Oh, there's Mr. Gilchrist with the score. I'm so proud. That is the proudest moment I've had here tonight.
Well, and everybody's standing. They're on their feet for you. Big Blue Nation can celebrate. Kentucky defeats Kansas 75-65. We go to 2-0. Kansas drops to 1-1 as Duke and Kentucky come out of victorious in the first annual State Farm Champions Classic.
Here are the leading scorers.
5 in double figures for Kentucky, led by Deron Aland.
playing in their 11th national title game. They are looking to bring the NCAA championship trophy back to its old Kentucky home for the first time since 1998. Please welcome from Lexington, the Kentucky Wildcats.
College Hoops' winningest program, with its roster of young stars, needs one more victory tonight to net the Wildcats an 8th NCAA title.
Swatted away. Kid Gilchrist with the spin move. Jones drives. Wow. Again. Put back Davis. Can't stop him. We are Kentucky.
Accept some shot blocks. There's going to be some offensive rebounding possibilities if he goes down there anyway.
And game in the tournament yet. Robinson off on the jumper. Pulled down by Davis. Kentucky sprinting ahead. Teague. No one cuts him off. He takes it all the way to the hole.
Young fella. He is being fully engaged, emotional and intent, and not going too far with that.
That is Teague hitting the jumper. That early spill. Taylor floats. And that is denied. Trying to go to Withy. Davis saw it coming. Here is Teague. Kid Gilchrist. Yes, indeed, he's fine. Racing up ahead. It's Taylor. Blocked. That time it's Davis. And Kentucky again. All the way down with Lamb for two more.
Usually teams are prepared to go a hard 4.5 minutes without a break.
Lamb hits the two-point shot. Young misses 2 free throws as Teague dishes to Jones for the dunk.
Tell you, one of the things that's happened early is
than any guard that tries to defend him. Right now being defended by Elijah Johnson.
Jones wanted it, called for it. He wants to make the move, and he absolutely delivers.
Without reaching with his hands.
Tapped up, no, by Wesley. And again, Kentucky defends down low. 3-on-2. Miller feeds Kid Gilchrist, who waits and hits the shot and hits the floor for a second time.
To rebound against Louisville Saturday.
Meanwhile, Kansas out-rebounded Ohio State by 12. And that's what a nice dipsy-do move.
Play by Kentucky, kind of setting up that back door by clearing the weak side.
Kid Gilchrist hits the jump shot. Was on the three.
Really focus on getting back defensively. It's a bit of a quandary because Kentucky's so lethal in this situation.
This is Teague with a three. Teague, he's doing it all over the floor. He's driven, he's done his little dipsy-do move. He's hit a couple of jumpers, and this one a 3. He's got 9 on the night. And now the biggest lead of the night is 12.
His defender and 2 screeners and just left it short, but you've got to knock down some perimeter shots if you're Kansas. In the early thrust.
There's Miller with a 3, and the senior hits the shot. The 6th man of the year in the SEC. The senior from the Dominican Republic. Lamb leads him now with 12 on the night.
And Var fortunate to get the ball back.
Kid Gilchrist takes it right past the Kansas defenders.
Involved in a lot of dribble handoffs, try to get them into the paint. But that's the problem. You got the best shot blocker in the country waiting for you.
Against Ohio State, they held their opponents in the second half to shooting percentages in the 20s. And the tap in is good.
He's been all over.
And Steve, I think his shot selection's been a little questionable. He's taken a couple of tough runners of his 7 shot attempts, and that's just an unfortunate break there.
Davis just reaching in. Robinson had pulled it down with one hand. Didn't realize Davis was behind him. And that's to the Jayhawks. T-hand guarding Miller, who steps into the lane. The shot influence. Oh, but he banks it in. Lamb from the corner. That's a 3.
Almost as if they want to prove they can get it done that way. And when you got a guy stroking it like Lamb, he can make it happen for you.
He's hit 3 out of 4 for the night from behind the arc. Scores 6 points in 38 seconds. Here's Davis, baseline jumper, and he's got a field goal. Like 12-0 against the Tar Heels. Same kind of dominance over Ohio State down the stretch. 4 on the shot clock, and Teague hits a 3. A huge triple. Johnson, who's hit some big outside shots, goes inside. Taylor's blocked, but is able to retrieve it.
That was Kid Gilchrist on the block on a well-run play and a turnover by Kansas. That was terrific defense and recovery by Kid Gilchrist because he was beaten.
Relaxed and not let them get caught up in the pressure of the moment.
Lamb, who had that critical stretch with a couple of threes in this half in the span of 38 seconds.
Steps up and hits 2. Kentucky fans think they have it now. Johnson 3, short, into the arms of Davis. And the superior team all season long was the superior team tonight. And the Kentucky coronation is complete. Champions 2012. Joe B. Hall sitting next to Denny Crum.
Kansas, Kentucky in the Champions Classic.
It is time for game number 2 here in Indianapolis, the State Farm Champions Classic. Tonight's game a part of ESPN's Journey to the Tourney, presented by Sonic, a season-long spotlight on games that will impact the tournament. It is Kentucky. It is Kansas in the second game here in Indy tonight. NCAA tournament last year. Towns turns it over. Oubre. Mason. Rejected by Collie Stein.
Player. But Oubre with this length and athleticism, they wanted to get a little more size in. That cannot happen for Kansas.
Speaking of length, sent Oubre to the bench. He's got a couple of fouls. Devontae Graham, a freshman from Raleigh, into the game.
Of extending its defense. So far, Kentucky hasn't gotten anything easy.
Aaron Harrison for 3.
Aaron Harrison.
Now Ellis, he's going to try to take it the length of the court. And rejected by Python.
Grabbed Dakari Johnson there. And Alexander is not a small man. He looks small out there with the size of Kentucky.
How about the touch from Ulis?
Good drive by Ulis.
Kick to Booker. Now good position for Lee.
That is really pretty basketball.
Gets it off. Lee runs it down.
That can't happen.
And Booker lays it in.
It's the best I've seen out of Kentucky in an awful long time. That's leading to the block shots. We were fortunate enough to lead the country 9 straight years in block shots. Although this team can really block.
Texas A&M and Dayton, Charleston, and UConn among the matchups you'll see as Collie Stein gets a lay-in and a foul, and Kentucky is having their way. Stein heads to the line for the Wildcats.
You know, of the many things that's really impressive about this Kentucky team, another offensive rebound. Wow. Wow. I mean, if you can't keep them off the line and you can't keep them out of the lane on a
Andrew Harrison got it.
Well, that's a great job of looking opposite when the double team comes.
And another timeout taken by Bill Self. Booker open again. Too strong, offensive rebound. Dakari Johnson. And now all 10 Kentucky players who have played in this game have Alexander, but Oubre has returned with 2 fouls as well. The foot of Aaron Harrison, he regroups, finds his brother. Andrew off to Towns for the easy lane.
And they've got to get down there and rebound as well. They can't take off until Kentucky has secured the ball. They're kind of leaking out right now.
Aaron Harrison. Well, you would imagine his confidence went up after what he did in the NCAA tournament a year ago. And there certainly appears to be a carryover into his sophomore season. Still loose, Kansas ball. And another rejection. Poitras with a clean block and then a foul on the
stagger action that was defended very well by Kansas.
Johnson. And the jump hook. Johnson, another guy, has lost some weight, and you can see white platoon. It starts the second half for Kentucky. The blue platoon started the game. Dakari Johnson trying to back down Jamari Traylor, and he succeeds.
That was a floater instead of trying to long jump to the basket where Kansas has gotten shots blocked or changed. That's a much better opportunity.
Wow. Lyle showing some skill at the offensive end.
But you can't have this in a game where you're trying to get back into it. You're not going to get back into it by allowing extra opportunities. They're like that. They miss 2 free throws and they score. Just because Kansas doesn't do one of the easy. Perry Ellis is out there putting some pressure on Willie Cauley-Stein out front. I think you let those big guys just pick you apart.
Johnson, a sweet feed from Harrison. Other platoon, would you agree, is a little more of the energy, get out in your face defense kind of platoon?
Yes, and this is the one that's the better scoring. What a great move. Head and shoulder to get in to its offense and get the shot that it wants.
Andrew Harrison pulls up. Follow good by Dakari Johnson. How much is...
When did subs become a dirty word?
There's a crossover. And it'll go for Andrew Harrison. What a big time plus. ESPN with programs including North Carolina, Florida, and Wisconsin. Down there, left-handed little hook shot. Had you done that? Devin Booker. He said trouble knocking down shots in the early going this season. Hey, a little old school from Karl Anthony Towns. Kansas has scored 8. Count of 8 points here in the second half.
Well, the funny part is that's the first shot he's hit from the perimeter. He really struggled, even though he took good shots in the first half. And Kentucky doesn't have anything early. They just need to run clock.
Cauley-Stein. Yes. 17-footer. 2 minutes to go. And I think in the first week of the season, no team has made a louder statement than Kentucky has made tonight. Derek Willis off the bench. And look at the bench. John Calipari says don't do it. No more shots. What a night for Big Blue. What a night for the Wildcats and the platoon and the defense. What a statement they just made. And as you said, Jay, they could have been better with the offensive end, and they won by 32. Kevin, thank you. Here at Rupp Arena, what an environment as we welcome you to Lexington for this Sonic blockbuster here on ESPN. A couple of legitimate heavyweights, blue bloods, top 10 teams, however you want to slice it. This has a big feel to it tonight. The 4-man for the most part in P.J. Washington, although they'll switch a lot, and they do right here, and Washington gets the jump hook to go.
Well, they're going to switch a ton, and that means there's going to be a...
Misses the 3, another offensive rebound. And yet another one by Kentucky. Johnson puts it back in.
Once a shot goes up, that And neither of these teams are great shooting teams, but they both have a great shooter. LeGerald Vick and also Tyler Hero, this guy here.
And Hero with a burst of speed lays it in and give it
for the season with that hand injury. You know, they don't have the same kind of shooters they had last year. Their freshmen have not performed quite as well as they expected early on.
Boy, that's just Travis out working people.
Well, that was an older player who seemed like he had enough.
A little noisier here at Rupp.
David McCormick did a really nice job. Good play by Washington to deflect that.
Hagen's over the top, and the finish for Washington. The big guy with a deflection at one end and a bucket at the other.
He's not the most athletic, but he knew exactly where that ball was coming off. Great low post position by Reed Travis. I mean, he just ducked in and locked his
Grimes trying to bull his way into the paint. He turned it over.
That many dribbles, you're going to turn it over.
Hagens to Travis for 2 more.
Quentin Grimes with, when he went into the stanchion, then got up, made those 2 huge free throws. He wound up with 17 points in that game. He was just magnificent.
Ash, good ball movement. Baker got his man in the air. What a rebound by Travis. And a finish.
Just bigger, stronger, and more determined.
The floater. Around and out. Hagen's crossing over, still going, and lays it in.
Boy, what an attack.
Washington surrounded, and he finds Travis.
What a terrific pass by P.J. Washington. The double came. They didn't have the best athlete. Well, he's quicker than the guys guarding him because he knows how to play.
How about a first half double-double for Dedrick Lawson with P.J. Washington and not this time.
Trying to go 2 for 1.
Johnson, as you said, a quiet first half. A little noise right there. Moments on the offensive glass in the first half for Kentucky. Now Washington puts it on the deck. Got a size advantage on Dotson.
They had the
Hero. Still can't buy one from beyond the arc.
Good pass.
Johnson from the corner. There's the first 3 of the night for Kentucky, and it gives them the...
Cannon played at Providence Day High School, played with Williams and AAU ball. It's a heck of a tandem in high school.
How about that game Williams had on Tuesday at Vandy? Hero with a left-handed runner of his own.
Well, Tyler Hero is key in Lawson, but that time it was Garrett. A lot different.
Travis with yet another offensive rebound and a finish.
That's just a wedge offensive rebound. He gets low and wedges Dedrick Lawson underneath and waits for the ball to come over and grabs it every catch. When they switch it, you can throw the ball inside.
Richards got to get a shot off. He'll kick it to Hagens, who rattles home a 3.
Not his game. Be a little bit more assertive to be more of a lead dog because he can be.
E.J. Montgomery runs down the missed free throw. And what a productive trip for P.J. Washington. Abaji. And Washington with yet another rebound, his 12th on the night.
So LeGerald Vick has to touch the ball.
Johnson knocks down a corner 3. Timeout, Bill Self.
Washington.
Travis a touch.
Give it back to him. There it is.
No double team. And he scores.
I mean, that was just good basketball. Reposting, and he went right into the chest of Dedrick Lawson and just manhandled him, and Lawson's still down on the ground. Yeah. Needed to be alert to that.
Washington. Long jumper. It's a long 2 for Washington to make it a 5-point game.
And just had that one drive.
There hasn't really been a second option, as you mentioned, offensively for Kansas most of the night. Shot clock running down. Hagens. Wow.
Boy, shot clock going down. We thought, we were surprised he started the second half.
And Grimes has responded, hitting some shots.
What a pass from Hero to Washington.
Got a switch. You got Dotson on Travis down low.
Keldon Johnson for three.
If that didn't go in, it probably would have been a Reed Travis offensive rebound. Vic has not had a shot since the opening shot of the second half.
Crazy. And a Kansas turnover with just 2:47 to go.
Good job by Hero making him pick it up.
Now he's hunting his shot. Low percentage look there. Came up empty. Eight-point lead, 43 seconds to go. And Johnson waiting to get fouled. They haven't done it yet. It looks like
they're not going to.
Yep.
Now they are. Boy, that's way too long. I mean, they gave up a lot of time there.
And the Kentucky fans feels like they're exhaling right now that they feel this one belongs to them. This team. After the transfer of Quade Green, the role's redefined, a bigger role for Hagens, and it's kind of become his team in many ways. A block by Washington. And an exclamation point on a Kentucky win over Kansas here tonight. It was not a work of art, my friend, but it's a W that I think the Kentucky staff will cherish.
Well, Kentucky dominated the paint. Their big guys took advantage of switches. They got the ball inside.
The bluest of blue buds, Kentucky and Kansas here in Lawrence in the headline matchup of the Big 12 SEC Challenge. This is going to be all kinds of fun. It is absolutely rocking right now at the Farm.
Both these teams play a similar style. They like to get downhill, force help. What a drive.
Xavier, each of them averaging better than 80 points per game. Washington, the pull-up. And the weak side rebound and throwdown for Keon Brooks Jr. Kentucky will look to push when given the opportunity as well.
Xavier Wheeler so good at a dribble advance, so fast with the ball.
Shebway working hard, and it pays off.
Well, he got an elbow right in the face of David McCormick when they knocked the ball.
Ty Washington.
Good box out by Washington against a great rebounder in Christian Brown.
Again.
Thus far, Kentucky very effective on the glass.
Toppin with a 16-footer, and it's a 5-point lead early for the Cats.
Well, Jacob Toppin is a different player.
Abaji at better than 21 a game. This is his mid-range jumper. Washington with a burst of speed, and it goes.
Dan, Ty Washington is a big-time player. Just a freshman, but he's averaging
up one. And the long rebound down to Grady. Grady steps into a three, and how good a shooter is he? 4 great years at Davidson, 2 more.
Well, Mitch Lightfoot is in his 6th year now at Kansas, and he has played his best basketball of late.
And almost 8 minutes in, Abaji, the leading scorer in the Big 12 at better than 21 a game, still scoreless in this one. And Wheeler, who, as we mentioned, has been shooting better and scoring more lately, gives Kentucky McCormick to wall up on Shebway on the baseline. Davion Mintz off for Shebway, and another area where he's improved, taking that mid-range jumper with a lot more confidence.
Yeah, last year
by a Kentucky player since the mid-1970s. Keon Brooks with a offensive rebound, and Bill Self has seen enough.
As the point guard, he doesn't dribble it up, he passes it ahead. So it advances just as quickly as when Wheeler's in there. Great pass by Brooks. Just beautiful. Just took a little crab dribble
pick for the player of the year in the Big 12. Ball is loose. Cats have it, and Brooks slams it.
Boy, give Kentucky credit. Wheeler on that drive. Kentucky.
And McCormick has certainly had some big games, but Jay, as you well know, he'll follow it up with a much different kind of game. The consistency hasn't been there for McCormick this year.
With his strength.
Washington pushing. Good pass. Good fake. Boy, that is just perfect from John Calipari's perspective. And Bill Self wants another timeout.
Armbar right into his side, and that's tough to play against, but you have to be stronger.
Wow, what a nifty bounce pass from Ty Washington to Lance Woods right now for Kentucky. Wheeler off to Ware, and again the crowd hollering for a foul call. Some, surprising losses at times, but they beat Baylor today. As Brooks knocks it down, another assist for Xavier Wheeler. His see very often. You probably don't practice playing against hardly at all. And then Wheeler with one on the shot clock.
Really, you just run some of your man stuff against it and make it adjust.
Grady. I don't know that anybody in the college game today can turn, pivot in the air, and square up as well on a three as Kellen Grady can.
Kellen Grady scored well over 2,000 points in his career.
They close out on Grady in a hurry. Wheeler up top, and Brooks with a slam.
They put two on the ball when Kellen Grady came up.
Transferred from West Virginia last January. Practiced with the team for a couple of months. Look at the turnaround. Didn't panic at all in the paint.
Well, that's it. He is not an offensive threat, not a shooter, but he can rebound, and he's an elite athlete.
Brooks with another jumper, and Keon
Brooks and Shibwe.
Brooks elevates, and two more for Keon Brooks. He's got 23 to match his career short, and Shibwe with another rebound, his ninth.
Yeah, Brown trying to post up, but he's not a post-up player. Had to take it back out.
A career night for Keon Brooks, who has scored Kentucky's last 13.
Run more of their man offense, gives them a little more space to run cutters.
Brooks, constant motion away from the ball tonight for Keon Brooks, and when you
know you can come up to the top and be a pressure release against this triangle and two.
Grady does it again. That move we talked about, where he curls and turns in the air, it seems, Jay, and still
seconds instead of 30.
Mintz with a quick release. And nobody boxes out Jacob Top. Playing time as the season goes along for the Jayhawks. We mentioned David McCormick coming out of the game early in the half. Jay is topping. He's having a good night. Boy, everybody's doing good things for Kentucky. I don't believe this after that last possession of timeout went back to man, and Kentucky immediately went right into the lane and got a dribble drive. Shibwe stays with it, but misses, gets it again, and this time finishes.
He's like Moses Malone. It's still pretty remarkable.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit more range. That's out to about 17, 18 feet for the big fella. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by Continental Tire. For every surface and every season, Continental Tire has a tire for you. Oh, some long faces, some sad faces.
Wonder if Bill Self thought that plunger was appropriate.
Who came in off the bench, where everybody contributed for Kentucky tonight.
Yeah, Ty Washington coming off that injury. You name it, they got contributions everywhere, but Kentucky dominated this game from tap to buzzer.
First road win for Kentucky over a top 5 team since 2014 when they beat number 4 Louisville. And again, Kentucky showing that their ceiling is as high as the ceiling potentially of any other team in the nation.
Kentucky is legit. So is Kansas. Kentucky made Kansas look like they're not.